Back in the shop. 2010 Chevy Malibu. Last time you saw it here, we did outer tie rods. Please make as much noise as you can. We did outer tie rods. Tried to get an alignment done, and they were out of spec. So we got to do lower ball joints, which we just got control arms. And then it was determined one of the springs in the back was not in one piece, so we got newer springs for that. And then driving it, this has been parked for I think 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The axle on this side started to bind up pretty good, which makes things exciting when you're driving down the road. So got a TRQ axle. This has been replaced once already a whole bunch of miles ago, so we'll replace that and see what else we find under this gem. We're at 270,000, 270-ish thousand, so there we go. And we got 4 new tires, because these are not quite tiring anymore. So busy time in the shop. Here we go. Look at that. Just admire that tractor for a little bit. Just admire that. Never seen anything so beautiful.
Like, you can't feel the transition on this side, but you can feel a little bit on that side.
It's a slick, racing slick on one side.
Radial.
You can tell a car's been sitting for a while if the brakes are a little rusty. Like
they came off easy because, like, look at all that anti-seize.
Yep.
Oh, hey, are those some nice tie rod ends?
Never seen such professionally installed outer tie rod ends.
As of right now, isn't that the newest video dropping?
That is dropping today, which is the first. Is it the first Sunday in May? No, November. Help me.
Okay, so we have all of our essential service tool keepers and parts trays and lights. Milwaukee Power. We're doing the front A-arm, but to get to that you need to take off some other stuff. So we're taking off the brake caliper, so we don't have to worry about dropping that when we drop the spindle, so we can get the A-arm out from underneath it.
14 millimeter, already cracked them loose. That's loud. Can I get a hook for those?
We have our essential service, sorting out old tools and stuff. You never have too many tools unless you have too many tools. Full service, organized shop over here. Those are like basket hooks for like gardening. Worked perfect.
They're dollar store hooks instead of what they sell at Jigs. So
for like $15 trillion.
Pads. We'll take the bracket off. Bracket is, what are those? Those are 17 maybe, right there.
They're big ones. So we'll tell you what size they are and then we'll update you again in a moment. Oh, 16's a little loose. So it must be a 15. It's a 15. Okay, 15 millimeter for the caliper bracket bolts, I think. Oh, so, because the front one CV axle is binding, so, you know, that's fine, okay? No issues there. Wink, wink. And this tire is also just as good. Just as good. Okay.
Or better.
Well, we will update you again shortly. So, we got the ball joint bolt thingy loose. It is a 16 on one side and a 15 on the other, I think. We used the Kentucky gun. We pulled that little piece off because that's where it goes for to get to the
nuts on the top side.
For these right here.
So I got this free. We're gonna get these free. We'll get that free.
Mrs. Rust.
Sure, come on in then. So you can sort of see. So we got this nut loose that holds the actual ball joint in place. We got these, this one stays. We got these two nuts, one out, one loose. You can see where it's kind of compressed in right there. And then the last nut right over here, we just got that loose. It goes all the way through here and the head's right there. So we're going to compress the suspension a little bit, take some pressure off, and see what happens.
We still gotta take out the rear one, as Dad said. We saw it. We came. We conquered. So, as you can see, we got a little bit smarter and found some guy with a Pontiac G6 on the internet. And, because the video we watched was on the passenger side, which you don't have this issue right here, where there's a transmission mount, and you have to loosen or take out the transmission mount to be able to get, because when this is here, you can't hit it. You can't get it out because the bolt hits it. So you have to loosen this / take it out, jack the engine up and everything, and slide that out. So we were sitting here twisting it back and forth, sideways, inside out, backwards, every which way, hitting stuff, prying stuff, could not get it, no matter what. We have quality control cleaning our bolts out for us.
So that's how much junk comes from 270,000 of leaky seals and you name it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So you have your two bolts back here, your one here that you struggle to get out, and you have your one up front. Well, up front, also known as a ball joint. So that's for bar end lengths. We won't worry about those right now. But when you look at this side, you don't have that issue because it's farther back. So don't mind our plastic guard piece from when we had the greatest idea ever and replaced our upper strut mounts, which was no struggle whatsoever.
That was easy. The dustpan is right in that red bucket by the wood.
It's all about that good dustpan. Okay, I'll update you in a moment. You can never have too many filing cabinets. So, as you can see, we have that in there. We have our mount back together. We have everything started everywhere. So, these are 15 millimeter. These are 18 millimeter, by the way. Forgot to tell you that. Of course, 16 and then another 16, I think. And then pretty much everything else is like 18s. Because 18's common in suspension sizes. So, Now we're ready to tighten things up. We had a jack underneath the edge of the A-arm here, and we were tapping down as we're also turning back and forth some to help work it in, as well as you can put a box end open end over the edge of the ball joint. I can stand up. You put one over the edge of the ball joint like this, and if it's not completely shot, it takes a decent amount of pressure to be able to work it back and forth, such as that. So that's that. Also, you need, helps to loosen the end of this too when you're taking it in and out, because that will relieve the torsion on that corner, so you can twist it around easier. Any thoughts?
Let's get her buttoned up.
At least one side.
At least one side.
Any thoughts, Grandpa? He approves.
How about you hold this light right here, and then we'll make a video.
Okay. Why am I holding this light?
Because I can't see nothing.
I always screw on one nut backwards to hold the brake drum in place. Rotor.
Screw on one nut backwards.
Lug nut, because then the brake rotor stays in place.
Oh.
Grandpa just dropping facts over here.
Can't go backwards on
Oh,
fancy toys.
I should be able to go on. We'll go on enough so it doesn't wobble back and forth a ton. I would put that side up front where you're working.
I know.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So we tightened all the.
I need light.
I'm trying to talk.
Yep, I'm trying to bolt.
Well, talking comes first. We tightened up all the stuff. Everything's snug. We'll retighten everything after we go for a drive and stuff. That seems like the best thing to do. We're putting the brake systems back together Sunday night, so it's 6:30. So we're getting a little wary. I'm hungry. Hungry and weak.
me too.
Grandpa's hungry.
Grandpa's hungry.
I got chicken legs to eat.
He's got chicken legs. We don't have chicken legs, but Mom might be making a roast or something. So that sounds kind of yummy, especially right about now. So this will probably be like part 1 or something of this. Oh, you guys see me. So tomorrow we'll work on some tire action and the other side action, because we know what to do now. There is another mount on the other side. It appears to just be a engine mount though, but if it seems like it's gonna be about in the way, it's as in the way as this side as it was on that side as it was on this side. So but we know what to do this time instead of sitting here struggling.
Okay, I'm good with the light for now. It's good to join you.
And the video didn't say about that side. Or is that the one side you're talking about?
We may never know.